right, y'all, I'm back. So let's just talk.
Give me your wig. Give me your wig. Give me your wig. Cause it seems like you are through with it.
All right, y'all, go to patreon.com/Adrian Expression. You already know the deal. Every single Monday, I make sure that they get to tell me what they want me to talk about on the Tuesday podcast, the weekly Tuesday podcast. And of course, there are more things available for you there. But I'm excited. I think this week's episode is going to be lit based off of what the comments and stuff that I'm getting. So I can't wait for that. Let's see. I really don't have a whole lot of stuff to talk about. And as usual, I'm not trying to force anything. But since I did make such a big deal, and I talk about Megan so much, about Megan's video, I just want to talk about it briefly. So I really like the goddamn video. I like the video more than I like the song. And I like the video because of the message that she is putting out. And I think it is very fitting, especially due to all of the discourse and stuff that was going on after she dropped the video. So first of all, I would like to say that I really appreciated Megan's bars on this song. Loved it so much. Thought shit. Loved it so much. What I want from Megan is to experiment with different kinds of sounds. I think I was expecting for the production to sound a little bit just fresher, different, because it really does give me a lot of her other big songs. That's kind of what I'm hearing in the production of this song. But other than that, I really, really enjoyed it. I just think she would sound so much more dynamic, and it would just be a lot more attention grabbing if she approached the production in a different kind of way. You see what I'm saying? I like the video the most, as I said she was. So I interpreted the person that the music video was following around, I interpreted that person as a politician, and which I think was fairly obvious, but she's following this politician around. Essentially, the video gave me girl, you hating on my twerking, you hating on my art, you hating on the shit that I'm doing, but I know when the doors close that you're gonna be jacking that peen to it. I just love the message. I loved it. She looked good, it was great, but like I said, I'm just so ready to see how her voice sounds on different kinds of tracks, on different kinds of beats. That's what I really want to hear. But yeah, since I'm going to talk about it some more on my podcast, but I want to make sure I have some time to cover the rest of the things in this video. So make sure you check out patreon.com/Adrian Expression. When she ran over his ass, or ran through his ass with that garbage truck, I was like, Megan, and it reminds me of that meme that has been going around on Twitter. I'm not sure if y'all saw it. Someone edited some kid getting run over when Megan was driving. It was so happening. It was so funny. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about some more on the podcast. What else? Okay, since Megan is also involved in Legendary, I said, you know what? Let me just go ahead and talk about it, because a lot of people have been asking me for quite some time to what do you think about Legendary? What do you think about Legendary? What do you think about Legendary? And I did talk about it a little bit on the podcast when it was first announced. I think there was a major dragging that went on when Legendary was first announced, because it's just girl, we want to make sure that not only LGBT people are involved with this, but people who are in ballroom are the ones making these types of executive ass decisions. So I did not watch it for a period of time because I felt I didn't want to say anything too negative or crazy. I think in the past, especially, I've just realized how far my words can reach, and I'm just let me make sure I actually mean what I'm going, you know what I mean? I just wanted to be sure of what I'm going to say about the show, but I ended up just randomly watching the show with someone who's really cool, and he knew a lot about the entire show, so it was cool to watch it with him. But the show itself, the performances that were put on, the houses that came on, I cannot remember specifically what houses. I don't know why Balenciaga standing out of my head. Garçon, I think those are the two that stood out of my head, just randomly thinking about this shit right now. But as far as the performances, the shit that was they are slaying the goddamn game when it comes to that shit. But as far as these fucking judges, I'm just God, I think there was one episode with Tiffany Haddish, And I was like, oh my God, even the judge, even La Roche had to sit her aside and be like, Mama, this is ballroom, this is ballroom. And that's the only gripe that I have with the show. And I think if they get that right, it'll be even cooler than what it is now. That's the only gripe I have with it. It's just like, you cannot have these people who are not in ballroom, like, it's like, just because I have this shit on don't mean that I can go, you know, be somebody's referee at a football game. I don't know shit about football. You see what I'm saying? Like, as bad of a bitch I think I am, there's certain lanes I'm not gonna put myself in. You see what I'm saying? So as far as these judges, I think it need to be ballroom judges only, or ballroom adjacent at least. Ballroom judges only. How are you gonna come when these people, when these houses are their ballroom, they're presenting their best ballroom, like, and you have their hopes and dreams in your hands, and you don't know shit about ballroom? I would feel so uncomfortable as a judge. Like, it doesn't matter who, it could be my fave, it could be, if you are not LGBT ballroom type shit, you just should not be judging this shit. You shouldn't be chopping hoes that don't need to be chopped. You shouldn't be giving 10s to bitches who need to get 5s. You just don't need to be, and I understand from a marketing standpoint, you want like these big names to come to the show, but maybe like a guest commentator. Because I don't think nobody who don't do ballroom should be judging ballroom. You should not be giving points or taking points away, period. So maybe like a guest commentator or guest performances can, like big names can come and perform. But even then, I think they should be centering LGBT artists who do not get as much like traction as these other artists do. Like that is, and the reason why it annoys me so much is because in every other space of our lives, we have to make room for straight people. We have to understand how straight people might view us, and of course still be yourself, but just have that understanding when you're navigating through the world, because we have to. We just have to. They dominate everything. We have to. So it's like now when we carving out spaces for ourselves, when these, especially if you don't have no experience in ballroom, it's just like move. You see what I'm saying? It's just like move. I really felt when Roche was like to Tiffany, he was like, this is ballroom. It's not for you. It's not for you. So that I finally watched Legendary. Y'all been asking me to do that shit for the longest, but I wanted to be sure, especially because it's a part of the community too. Like I don't want to be like, yeah, girl, Dragon, read it. It's just like, that's, bitch, it's 2009. Bitch. I just think once they get the issue of the judges together, it will be, I think, really pulling on its fullest potential. But get rid of these no ballroom experience having ass, straight ass. Get rid of them as judges. If you want them as like background commentators, if you want them to come perform or something like that, that's something different. But as far as judging these girls who are putting their heart and soul on the floor, you know what I mean? It's like, get these judges out of here. Naomi need to be there, La Rose, you know what I mean? Like Deshaun, even Deshaun was judging. That would make more sense to me, but like, get these guest judges, get Jamila ass out of here. Like that was the issue I had when it first came out. I was like, get Jamila ass out of here. There was actually a lot of crazy and depressing news this entire past week, and I'm not gonna dive too much into it. But the one things I will talk about is that y'all are doing a lot on these planes. Apparently there was someone who was trying to open the door to the plane while they were already in the air. A passenger, like the flight attendants or somebody, had to tell people to come up, like every able-bodied person, like every able-bodied man come up there and help their ass out, like have their ass take care of this person. I think it was like an LAX to ATL flight or something, and if that wasn't the flight, it was the other one where somebody was trying to gain access to the pilots, like the cockpit. I was just like, is there a starship or something? Is there, y'all, I need a jetpack or something, because y'all are doing a lot on these fucking planes, and it's just crazy that the flight attendants have to deal with that shit. Like, it's just, after all the shit that they've been through, with like everybody had COVID and all this shit, and nobody wanted to wear their mask, it's just like really crazy to see these stories continue to pop up. And I guess the last thing that I will talk about is the fact that in Ohio, this happened a little while ago. In Ohio, I guess they were having this like government meeting, I guess, where people could come up and give me town hall kind of tease, where people could come up and express whatever they wanted to express, their grievances, whatever. Like, so apparently these women came up and talked about the vaccine.
Vaccines do harm people. By the way, so I just found out something when I was on lunch, and I wanted to show it to you. We were talking about Dr. Tenpenny's testimony about magnetic vaccine crystals. So this is what I found out. So I have a key and a bobby pin here. Explain to me why the key sticks to me. Explain to me why the key sticks to me. It sticks to my neck, too.
I'm sure you've seen the pictures all over the internet of people who've had these shots and now they're magnetized. They can put a key on their forehead, it sticks. They can put spoons and forks all over them and they can stick. Because now we think that there's a metal piece to that.
They basically said, hey, guess what? Like, we're getting magnetized out here. We're getting magnetized. We're sis literally stuck a key to her oily ass, skin, sweaty ass skin, and was very surprised as to why it was sticking onto her. Let me tell you something. I got that shot, and if my Magneto powers don't come in soon, I'm gonna have an issue with these two women. You mean to tell me it's keys and shit sticking to your neck? Are y'all bending metal light poles and shit with your brain or something? If y'all get these superpowers that y'all talking about, and I'm the only one sitting out here as the mutant who took the cure or something, like if I'm out here not having Magneto's powers and y'all did because Moderna or Pfizer gave them, you know what I mean, activated your mutant X gene, I'm gonna be pissed because where's my powers? What? Bitch, is it working, bitch? And let me tell you, if you're watching from home and a spoon suddenly moved across your desk while you're watching me, please let me know, because that means that my powers have fully activated. If these vaccines are giving you powers, bitch, it better be Magneto. Because can you imagine if you got the vaccine and you turn out to be like Beast or something? You turn out to be Toad? What Storm said? Do you know what happens when lightning is... This is the same thing that happens to everything else. And on that note, I love y'all so much. Make sure you check out patreon.com/AsianExpression and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.